hopefully this will not be a 10-minute long video, but we'll see what happens, because apparently I like talking a lot more than I did in the first place. Okay, so I will use a smaller map than I normally do to show where I've been. It's less grand and I feel less important, but I guess it's smaller and it's easier to show you where I've been, so that's what I'm going to do. So yesterday, the past 2 days actually, I've been going, and today I've been going to museums with my art class, and then except for today we went with the church, and I used my pass from the first 2 museums from the past 2 days to get into 2 museums in 1 day, because it like works for 3 days and there are 4 museums that it works with. Okay. So the first day I went to a museum by Termini, and Termini is like a big like bus station, train station, whatever, and it was right around here. And then the other museum is like right over here, so they're like, you can't see that, right, they're really close to each other, and I live all the way over here. It's not on this map, hence it's smaller. And that's what I did, and then I'm going to show you what I drew yesterday, because I'm oddly proud of it, and somehow I was able to actually draw something that looked good, so here we go. This is just a statue in front of the garden area of this one museum, but here she is. She has no hands and no head, but I'm pretty proud of it. It looks kind of decent, so go me. And then I also, it was weirdly productive, I also drew this one, which is a little bit harder to explain, but so she's kind of like leaning forward. There's some torsion going on that I wasn't able to achieve. This is like a thigh, broken thigh from an old statue or something, but yes, see, I did that, and boobs, I guess, and then a weird portrait thing, not portrait thing yet, they're like supposed to be 3D, I don't know, that didn't work out. So today, I went to church, hence the flower. Actually, that doesn't mean anything, my hair's just really greasy because I don't shower and I sweat a lot, so I had to make it look nice. Anyway, I went to church today, and there was a funeral going on, so we couldn't go inside the church because it's a really nice church. So we go inside the church, we sit down, we kind of start to draw. We're there for like 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like this organ starts playing. And I've been in a lot of churches, and they don't just like play the organ just because they're doing something. And so we're like, okay, the organ's playing, and you know, like the lights are kind of dim. It's this really grand, beautiful church in this piazza. And then I look down the aisle, and there are people carrying a casket into this church that people are just roaming around, and this organ is playing, and it's very, very beautiful. But then the pallbearers at the casket down in the front, and people like place these rosary, like wreaths of flowers, and so I look over to my classmates, my teacher, and I'm just like, should we go? And she's like, yeah, we should probably go. So we sat outside, and actually today was an awful day for drawing in the class time. Everyone was like tired, but I love my class and my teacher, and my professor, she was even just like, I'm not really feeling it. So we, like, before we went to the church, before all the funeral hubbub, we went and we got like some coffee and some gelato and hung out for like 30 minutes, and it was awesome. So after that whole funeral shindig, that was very, very interesting and giving me like a little bit of turmoil, because we sat outside the church drawing, and then like all the people came out and after the funeral, and they were just, Romans handle funerals differently, I guess, I don't know, but it was a very interesting lesson in mortality. This whole trip is me dying, not really, but thinking about death. Surprise. Today, after I went from church, from class, which was right here, I went to 2 museums. One is by Piazza Navona, which is right here. So I went from here to here. It's less impressive on this map. And then I went also to a museum down here-ish. So those are the 2 museums I did, and I got pizza. And at one museum that I spent an hour on, it was for like homework, I drew Aphrodite. And she's nice looking, totally naked, but here's little Aphrodite hanging out, holding a cloth and playing with hair, I guess, but we'll pretend like I drew that right. It looks okay. It's abstract. It doesn't matter. So, here I am today. Very sweaty. I leave for Florence tomorrow. Florence and Siena. I'm not going to see Pisa, which I don't care, because Florence and David, and I'm going to go see some Michelangelo things, and that's what I will do. And hopefully I will not make a 1,000-year-long video. So, ciao.